Alright guys, we're going to pull this dipstick for the first time together and see how it looks after a couple weeks. See if you get a good glimpse. I don't think you guys can see that, but I'll put a picture up there right here. It's pretty milky. It's pretty bad. And of course the oil levels are, wow, it's extremely overfilled, which tells me there's a lot of water in the oil. Yeah, not good. Honestly, I don't even think we have to keep going on with this diagnostic. With that much water in the oil, it's usually a cracked block, but as the name states, I'm not a mechanic, so just doing this stuff for fun. And in this situation, to save money. All right, here's the #1 spark plug. Let's see how she looks. Looks pretty good. Little oily, but it looks like it's running great. Alright guys, so got all 8 of the plugs out. We can go through one by one, but ultimately they all look good. Nothing's showing me any sign of water in the cylinders. You're looking for a steamed plug, if you will, or rust, which they all are a little dark, so I think the engine was running rich. But they look overall, they look good. So what I'm going to do now is jump in to a compression test and see what information we can find out there. Okay, we just cranked on the first cylinder. Let's see. Right on 150 psi. Cool. Let's see if we hold that across the other 7. Alright guys, just ran compression on cylinder #3. 150 psi. Same as the one. Let's keep going. Alright, now cylinder #5. 150 psi as well. On to 7. Alright guys, just check cylinder #7. That is just under 150. Still within 10%. So bank 1 is good. Let's jump over to bank 2 and see what we got. Hey guys, just popped down into the cabin of the boat. I just wanted to talk about a compression tester, what it is and why we're doing it, okay? First off, what it is. So a compression tester is going to plug into the spark plug hole, and it's going to tell us how much pressure on a compression stroke is that cylinder making. I think most people understand this, but for an engine to run, you need there's 4 strokes. And an easy way to remember is suck, squeeze, bang, and blow. So on your suck, you have an intake stroke. When the piston comes down, it's pulling in the air and fuel mixture. Squeeze is the compression stroke. Going back up, that's what we're measuring. So when that piston goes up on the compression stroke, the valves are closed, the piston's coming up, it's squeezing that air fuel mixture, and we want to know how tight is that squeezing it. And you measure that in PSI, pounds per square inch. Bang, it's the power stroke. Spark plug ignites that compressed air fuel mixture and pushes that piston back down. That's what actually gives you the power, right? So that energy of that air fuel mixture exploding in that cylinder pushes it down, and then it comes back up, the exhaust valve opens, and it pushes the burnt air and fuel, the exhaust, out of the exhaust valve and out of your exhaust system. And then when it comes back down, it starts that intake stroke again. So that intake valve comes open, pulls in that air fuel mixture, compresses it, bangs, blows. Suck, squeeze, bang, blow. Okay? So we're measuring that compression stroke. And we want to see a consistent number all the way across this gauge. I'm sorry, all the way across the cylinders. So I just did bank 1, so 1, 3, 5, and 7, and had 150 pounds within a few percentage points, right? So I think 1 was like 145. That's incredible. So what that tells me is that we likely don't have a bad head gasket or a cracked head. Now the engine's cold. I can't run it because the water in the oil has already probably done some damage to the bearings, and ideally I can replace those bearings and not have a bad crank, but we'll see when I get it torn apart if that's what I have to do. So bank 1, we're leaning towards a cracked block. We're going to go to the other side and we'll measure compression across bank 2. Alright guys, I set you up so you can hopefully see this going into the cylinder. We're going to take this, we're going to plug it into the spark plug hole. Just threads in, same as a spark plug would. Okay. Pop the gauge on there. And then I'm going to crank on it. We can set this up so you guys can see. I know it's not a great angle, I apologize. Let's see what happens is when I crank away. Again, we're looking for 150. All right, that's great. All right guys, we're going to conclude the video. So as much as I should be happy about the compression results, ultimately that means it's a cracked block. Definitely open to feedback on that. As I said already, I'm not a mechanic. Just doing this, you know, I've done it as a hobby most of my life, but not formally trained. So, you know, the compression results all being perfect on all 8 cylinders is incredible, but it rules out the fact that there might be a bad head gasket or a cracked head. It's not likely a manifold or a riser putting that much water into the oil. And there's no signs, no rust or anything on the spark plugs to say that there's water in the cylinder itself. So I'm guessing that there's a crack in the block and the water jacket on the inside of the engine. So when the engine's running and pumping water through it, it's just dumping water into the oil pan. So hang out, you know, I'm definitely going to get this fixed. I really like this boat. I want to use this boat. So hang out with me as I go on this journey of getting this thing pulled out of the water. And I got one engine running right now, just kind of, you know, get it moving. We're not just going to fix the engine, we're going to fix everything on it. You know, make it a reliable boat for my family and I think it's worth putting the money into. Oh yeah, like, subscribe, join me on this journey.